Jon Stewart, 61, immediately left The Daily Show after The Sand, though the headline makes it sound like a scandal. The real story is far more human, bittersweet, and deeply relatable. After 16 years at the helm of a show that changed the very fabric of late-night television, Stewart found himself staring down the same studio walls and realizing that the satisfaction he once drew from lampooning politics, exposing hypocrisy, and sparring with the news cycle had slowly faded away. He admitted candidly that while The Daily Show was still working, it no longer filled him with the same joy or purpose. And for a man whose comedy always relied on authenticity, that absence of fire was a sign it was time to step down. For years he had carried the burden of being America's satirical conscience, guiding viewers through wars, elections, scandals, and cultural upheaval. But the grind of producing nightly television left him drained. Add to that the demands of family life. He and his wife Tracy had 2 young children at the time, and Stewart confessed he longed for the simple gift of being home when his kids got back from school, something his relentless schedule had rarely allowed. Creative curiosity tugged at him too. He wanted to explore projects beyond the desk, like directing films, doing stand-up again, and pursuing causes close to his heart. So in 2015, Stewart stunned fans by announcing his departure, explaining that it wasn't anger, scandal, or pressure that drove him out. It was simply time to close the chapter and breathe. And yet, as often happens with cultural icons, his exit was not the end of the story. Stewart remained a powerful voice, even away from television, advocating fiercely for 9/11's first responders, supporting veterans, and lending his clout to humanitarian issues. But the pull of The Daily Show never completely faded either. By 2024, nearly a decade after he first walked away, Stewart shocked fans once more by returning to the chair as a part-time host and executive producer, taking on Monday night episodes during a tense election cycle. In many ways, his decision to leave at 61 and then return later is the perfect illustration of his character, honest enough to step down when his passion dimmed, but equally honest enough to return when he felt his voice could make a difference again. His immediate departure years earlier wasn't about scandal, it was about self-awareness, about knowing that even legends must sometimes step back to rediscover themselves. And in the end, that choice only cemented his legacy, because it proved that Jon Stewart's power was never about clinging to the desk at all costs, but about speaking from the heart when he had something that mattered to say.